Once known as one of the most gifted running backs of his era, Lawrence Phillips tragically found himself trapped into a life full of crimes, eventually resulting in the end of his career and the beginning of a lengthy prison sentence, one that would ultimately claim his life. Phillips, born in Little Rock, Arkansas, relocated to California and was raised in foster homes. He attended West Covina High School for 2 years, where he excelled as a varsity starter in both offense and defense. Transitioning to Baldwin Park High School for his final 2 years, his team's CIF championship win during his junior season garnered interest from colleges, including the University of Nebraska. In the 1994 Orange Bowl, Phillips emerged as a key player, spearheading the Husker ground game with 64 yards on 13 carries, including a touchdown run, solidifying his role as the primary running back. Moving into his sophomore year, Phillips took center stage in the offense due to quarterback injuries. Despite facing tough defensive fronts, he set a school record by rushing for over 100 yards in 11 consecutive games in 1994. Notably, against the formidable Miami Hurricanes, Phillips managed 96 yards on 19 carries, including a 25-yard run, the longest the Hurricanes had conceded all season. His stellar regular season performance, culminating in 1,122 rushing yards, remains a Nebraska sophomore record. Phillips's standout play in the Orange Bowl was instrumental in Nebraska's undefeated season and national championship victory in 1994. His controversies had already started at this point, less than 2 weeks following Phillips's pivotal role in Nebraska's 1994 championship victory. He entered a plea of not guilty to charges including assault, vandalism, and disturbing the peace, stemming from a March 1994 incident, where he was accused of grabbing a 21-year-old college student around the neck. Despite initially participating in a pre-trial diversion program, Phillips faced charges on November 18, 1994, after failing to fulfill the program's requirements. In the lead-up to the following season, Phillips's eligibility was called into question due to allegations of receiving a $100 lunch from a sports agent during the previous season. Upon Nebraska officials discovering the violation, Phillips purportedly reimbursed the agent. Although the NCAA ultimately deemed him eligible just before the season opener, ongoing investigations into other undisclosed matters concerning Phillips persisted. As the 1995 season commenced, Phillips emerged as a top contender for the Heisman Trophy. In a standout performance against Michigan State, he amassed 206 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns in just the second game of the season. However, the season took a dark turn when, shortly after returning from a game, Phillips broke into the apartment of backup quarterback Scott Frost and assaulted his ex-girlfriend, Kate McEwen. This incident led to Phillips's arrest and subsequent suspension by head coach Tom Osborne. The handling of Phillips's case stirred controversy, with accusations that Osborne was lenient towards a star player. Despite pressure, Osborne defended his decision, believing that keeping Phillips within the structured environment of the football program was the best course of action. After a 6-game suspension, Phillips was reinstated for the Iowa State game, though he faced continued scrutiny. In a pivotal move, Osborne named Phillips the starter for the Fiesta Bowl, where he showcased his talent with 165 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and a touchdown reception in Nebraska's victory over Florida for the national championship. Following the Fiesta Bowl, with Osborne's support, Phillips opted to enter the NFL draft a year early, boosting his draft prospects with his stellar performance. At the 1996 NFL Draft, teams faced a dilemma regarding Lawrence Phillips, weighing his undeniable football talent against his concerning character issues. Despite being viewed as a top 5, possibly even the number 1 pick based solely on his on-field abilities, Phillips' off-field behavior raised red flags. The Baltimore Ravens, holding the 4th pick and in need of a running back, ultimately opted to select offensive tackle Jonathan Ogden instead, prioritizing talent over position. Phillips signed a lucrative 3-year contract on July 29, 1996, with escalating salaries over the years. Despite his potential, Phillips's tumultuous behavior persisted from his college days to his time in St. Louis, resulting in multiple brief jail stints during his less than 2-year tenure with the Rams. During the 1996 season, Phillips showed promise, playing in 15 games with 11 starts and tallying 632 yards and 4 touchdowns. In 1997, his performance improved, surpassing his previous season's total in just 10 games. However, on November 20th, the Rams abruptly released him due to concerns over his inconsistent play and off-field troubles. Coach Dick Vermeil, acknowledging Phillips's talent, regretfully let him go, revealing in a documentary that Phillips had struggled with alcohol abuse, even collapsing on the field during pre-game warm-ups. Despite his troubles, Vermeil, recognizing Phillips's potential, reached out to Miami Dolphins head coach Jimmy Johnson in hopes of giving him another chance. However, Phillips's NFL career continued to be marred by personal struggles and off-field issues. After just 2 games with Miami, Phillips rushed for 44 yards on 18 carries, averaging 2.4 yards per carry. Following his plea of no contest to assaulting a woman at a nightclub in Plantation, Florida, the Dolphins released him. Following the 1998 season, Phillips took a break before seeking a comeback in 1999. During this time, he made a notable impact in NFL Europe with the Barcelona Dragons, setting offensive records by amassing 1,021 yards and scoring 14 touchdowns. His outstanding performance caught the attention of numerous NFL teams. Returning to the United States in the fall of 1999 with the San Francisco 49ers, Phillips underwent multiple interviews to assure the team that his past troubles were behind him. General Manager Bill Walsh warned Phillips that any misstep would result in immediate termination. Despite vying for a starting role, Phillips' performance fell short during training camp, particularly in blocking situations, leading to Charlie Garner securing the starting slot. However, Phillips did become the primary kick returner for the 49ers. While Phillips avoided off-field incidents, his on-field performance raised concerns, especially regarding his blocking abilities, which limited his involvement in passing downs. During a critical Monday Night Football game against the Arizona Cardinals, Phillips missed a crucial block, resulting in a career-ending concussion for quarterback Steve Young. Despite later scoring a long touchdown, Phillips's lapse in blocking intensified doubts about his commitment. By November, the 49ers' patience waned as Phillips displayed a lack of interest in practice sessions. Matters came to a head before a game against the New Orleans Saints when Phillips refused to practice and openly defied coaching instructions. Following a meeting where his position coach threatened to stay behind if Phillips traveled with the team, the 49ers suspended him for 3 games for detrimental conduct. Eventually, on November 23, 1999, the 49ers waived Phillips. In 2001, Phillips joined the Florida Bobcats of the Arena Football League, but was released before playing a game after leaving the team without informing his coach. He then pursued a career in the Canadian Football League, CFL, facing challenges in obtaining a work visa due to his criminal record. Eventually joining the Montreal Alouettes, Phillips showcased glimpses of his former talent, earning 1,022 yards, 13 touchdowns, and a spot on the CFL Eastern All-Star team while helping his team reach the 90th Grey Cup. Despite his on-field success, Phillips struggled with off-field issues, including walking out on the team and experiencing multiple conflicts with his agent. His behavior led to a brief holdout during the 2003 preseason due to a salary dispute. Upon his return, the Alouettes released him for failing to meet the team's behavioral standards. Subsequently, Phillips signed with the Calgary Stampeders, but was released after clashing with head coach Jim Barker, following a season where he rushed for 486 yards on 107 carries and scored 1 touchdown. On August 21, 2005, Phillips faced arrest for assault after driving his car into 3 teenagers following a dispute during a pickup football game in Los Angeles. At the time, He was also wanted by the San Diego Police Department for alleged domestic abuse incidents involving a former girlfriend, who accused Phillips of choking her to unconsciousness. Additionally, the Los Angeles Police Department sought Phillips for another alleged domestic abuse case in Los Angeles. In March 2006, Phillips was ordered to stand trial for felony assault with a deadly weapon relating to the August 21, 2005 incident. He was found guilty on 7 counts on October 10, 2006, and sentenced to 10 years in prison on October 3, 2008, later reduced to 7 years. While serving this sentence, Phillips was convicted in August 2009 for assaulting his former girlfriend Amalia Weissler, leading to a 25-year prison sentence to run consecutively with his previous sentence, totaling 31 years. Admitted to Kern Valley State Prison on October 16, 2008, Phillips was required to serve at least 85% of his sentence before parole eligibility due to the harm caused to others by his crimes. On April 12, 2015, Phillips's cellmate, Damian Soward, was found dead in their shared cell, with Phillips charged with first-degree murder on September 1st. While awaiting trial, Phillips was found dead in his cell on January 12, 2016, with his death suspected as suicide by hanging. His family agreed to donate his brain for examination for chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, at Boston University. Phillips' funeral took place on January 23rd, followed by burial at Inglewood Park Cemetery. His narrative illustrates the spiral of crime, how minor offenses can escalate into more serious transgressions without one's awareness. It serves as a cautionary tale, urging individuals to be mindful of their actions, as seemingly insignificant choices can lead down a path of escalating criminal behavior. Do comment and let us know who you want us to cover next. We will see you soon. Bye. Oh wait, you have subscribed, right? If not, quickly do so you get more such content. Bye.